Good morning, guys, and welcome to Both Sports. My name is Godwin. Today, we are going to be talking about the transfers again and things that happen in the Olympics. There are games, there are knockout stage of the Olympics is starting today. Nigeria are out for the Women Olympics, but the quarterfinals of the Olympics. And number two, the Nigerian Tigress, they lost against France in the basketball game they played yesterday. We're going to be talking about all that in the show. Good morning, guys, again. And remember, guys, we are live every day on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. At Vote FM Sports, you can go there, join us live, and drop your comments. We're reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, guys, good morning. John, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning.
Okay, good morning, Nos. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning.
Okay, guys, we're going to start with transfers before we move to the things that happen in the Olympics. Transfer, there are a whole lot of news happening. We have not had anything since the day before yesterday about Osimhen. It's like everything died down and nobody's saying anything. PSG is not saying anything. No rumors. Like everybody, like Nonso used to say, so everybody's making silent movement.
Once you make too much news in the market,
what do you make of that? Because I don't understand. For the past 2 days, nobody is saying anything. They played a friendly game. He was not in the squad again. So what is happening?
I think Osimhen and his camp has gone back to negotiations with the Napoli side, because I believe for some reason, if there are no club meeting the valuation of the player from a certain club, he will have to go back to his parent club, renegotiate his stance if he's going to be a player for the team. And I think Chelsea are not letting down on their valuation of Lukaku as well, even after age is no longer on his side. They're letting down his valuation. So I think he has gone back to the Napoli side. They've met him and they are discussing a further way to play the next 3 seasons, perhaps. But for this reason, I believe if he's going to be playing, I think he would have to be training seriously hard on his own. Then in the first 5 games of the season with the team, he would definitely join them, definitely. But for now, I think he's still enjoying his holiday, trying to negotiate his way through the team and see if he can get on their sheet in the next transfer.
John, if you look at this whole thing about Osimhen, do you think that Conte, let's say that everything dies that he couldn't get a move, because Conte has said that he has to move. Do you understand? Let's say that after everything that probably he stayed at Napoli, do you think that Conte will still play him?
Conte will only play him if he's pressed against the wall. If they need, let me say, they make it into the knockout stages in any competition and they need a clinical striker. So I think for me, Conte will only play him if there's no other option and with his backs against the wall, Conte will play him. But the fact that there's been no rumors or no activity coming up in that regard doesn't mean that they've gone back to the negotiating table, because the transfer window is still open. He's still on his holidays and silent moves everywhere from both camps. So let's see how it plays out.
Okay, let's see. I hope this settles quickly, because we need our guy to be playing. We have qualifier to need. We have World Cup to win or to qualify the next. I won't say win, but we have to qualify for the next World Cup. Okay, let's move on to Arsenal now. Nketiah and Marseille have officially agreed a deal to move, but they are trying to get that negotiation with Arsenal. Arsenal is looking for something more than 20 million pounds, but Marseille is offering 20 million euros. So, but Arsenal, they are still talking about it. But personally, Nketiah has agreed to move to Marseille. Now, John, do you think that if Arsenal is selling, they should be buying?
I think they should, if they are serious. It's all down to perspective. And the most important perspective in this regard now is the perspective of Mikel Arteta and Edu and the Arsenal board. Because if you're letting an Nketiah go, which means you're depleting your attacking options, you should be looking to replace in that position if you are looking for the title. If you are looking for a top 4, then you are good the way you are.
No. So if you look at that, what do you make of it?
I will start with Nigerian person will say money. I'll start with money. That's where my focus is now. Surprise you how the transfer market that has been hyped and the prices of player hiked in the last 3 years. Just suddenly nobody wants to buy player above 50 million anymore. All of a sudden you see a good player, his value is at 50 million. Nobody wants to pay 50 million. Because if people were willing to pay 50 million, I think Jadon Sancho should be on the move right now. Greenwood should be in a better club than Marcel. But because nobody is willing to pay that price, you have to let him go for 40 or 35 million. And Nketiah, who scored goals for Arsenal last season, though he's not one of those world-class players, but at least I could say he's worth more than 40 million quid.
No, Marseille is not
Now,
playing.
now the
Marseille
thing
is
is,
not playing.
clubs are not coming with that high price again. So all these clubs that want to build a side that could challenge for top four are not paying 20 million, 30 million. Look at a Fulham pay 35 million for what's it called, Smith Rowe, and not be able to pay 30 million for Scott McTominay. You see that valuation of players this current transfer window is not right.
But then it's not about the transfer window, though. It's about the realities of the PSR. It's about the realities of the FFP. It's also about the realities of club within themselves. If you look at the structure and the way most clubs are set up. So in the Premier League, there's a delicate dance between clubs and the FA, and then PSR guidelines. We are seeing clubs having negotiations. Imagine clubs having negotiations, agreeing to pay great prices for local talent, and then fighting over 5, 10, 20 million for foreign talents. We're also seeing clubs having to sell local talents that they generated so that that money adds positive into their books for the PSL compliance. So, it's I think one of the most important things for that is affecting the market. One, some of the key players, some of the key dominant players have changed tactics. Real Madrid, this time of the year, Real Madrid were always waiting for the next 100 million signing from Real Madrid or Barcelona. Both of their finances have been decimated. If you look at the impact of the new stadium or
Innovation of stadium.
renovation on Bernabeu on Real Madrid's financing, the switch in tactics now to try to get players off the final year of their contracts and stuff like that. You look at the wage bill at Barcelona, talking about the deficit they have in terms of revenue and other things. So the big players have gone quiet, and with the big players going quiet and a couple of other teams in Europe now having to come to facts with the FFP and other regulations, a lot of clubs have been silent, and a lot of clubs have been working on getting young talent. That's why if you look, one of the
I'm not saying they don't look at young talent. I'm saying for players who has proven themselves.
They are not spending the big bucks. Look
at the Dani Olmo, for instance. I believe Dani Olmo should be sold for about 80, 90 million pounds. Not even euros, in million pounds. But look how much are they valuing him for? Barcelona are submitting the bid of about 50 million euros, which is slightly way less than half what he's
which is still good money if you ask me, because you are playing in an off league like the Bundesliga, for crying out loud. Simple and short.
Okay, let's if for me, if in Nketiah, nobody wants to buy big, some of these clubs, you can't compare Marseille and Real Madrid. Do you understand?
But
Marseille is not a club that buys 100 million naira players.
Yeah,
So they
buy young talent. If you one other marker you need to look at in the transfer window this summer is that the amount of talent that has moved from South America into Europe from January to this summer is crazy. A lot of clubs are making very savvy move buying talent. Look at the likes of Palmeiras that has basically sold off all their top talents. You talk about the Endrick, you talk about the Luis Guilherme, and you also talk about the guy that Chelsea got, Esteban Williams. So a lot of talent.
Maybe what's it called now? Ricardo Pedro coming in from the same club. You say a Colombian forward.
Now everybody is trying to make
profit. No, I'm just saying the way that it's just like now they've sucked out the fun with VAR and all of that. Now they are sucking out the fun with restricting finances. Now we can't see a big side now, because this is where you say a Bayern Munich side will be going for a player like this and pay so and so amount. A Barcelona will be going for a player like this, and you'll be expecting to see players move for big money so you can tell big stories about them. But now you just see a player that has proven himself in the Premier League, maybe not to the top level, but at least to that average level in the Premier League, and you say he's going to a French league, and how much are they paying for him? 20 million. You'll be like, it's not news. Because now it's just like it's no longer news. It's no longer fun seeing these players make those moves, because you expect to see big money moves. For Jackson to move all the way from Villarreal or where to Chelsea for about 80 million, you should be looking at an Osimhen for about ×3 of that price. But now even 120 million is difficult, and people are pricing 80 million. Come on.
Okay, let's see what happens with all these transfers. Because if it's for me now, football now is strictly business. So everybody is trying to make profit. Everybody is trying to balance their books.
It's becoming boring.
Aston Villa, and they were exchanging players, buying Vidas players for big money to balance their books and all that. Okay, let's see what happens with Nketiah, because I know that probably he will not be playing with Arsenal. Even if he stays at Arsenal, he won't play much, but he will play more at Marseille. Okay, let's move away from Arsenal obviously, Smith Rowe is almost the deal is almost done. He is going to be moving to Fulham. Fulham are actually making big progress in this transfer market. Okay, let's move to Chelsea because there's a young player that came back on loan. He is going back again. Andrea Santos. Andrea Santos, he plays for Strasbourg in France for 1 year, but after the preseason, Chelsea is saying that he's going back on loan. But I was thinking that they will probably try him out with the first team. This is because he played a good match last season, but Chelsea is saying that he's going back on loan. John.
Yeah, it's for me, I think at the moment I'm not really certain with what's happening in the Chelsea side setup. The way they are moving players around, the players that they ought to be keeping, they are moving out on loan. Players that you ought to be also giving a chance in the first team, not really getting that position. But I think until Maresca gets a grasp on his first 11, his first team players, who he needs in which position, and then you can now look at reserves, or you cannot look at the academy before you do anything. So I think for now we should all cut Chelsea some slack in the sense that Maresca has to get his hands on the situation there before he now makes some of those decisions.
But before you continue, guys, remember you can join this conversation with us in the studio. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Or you can call 0915 570-8347. Call and tell us what you think about all these transfers we are talking about. Then, Atletico Madrid is still waiting for Carragher to make a decision. I think he is stuck. He is trying to talk with Chelsea to know exactly his stand at Chelsea. He's wanting to know if he's going to play him more or if he's full. He can decide, but Atletico is still waiting. I don't know why they are waiting for him, but they are waiting for him. Okay, before we continue, let's take this call before we continue. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Victor for me.
Okay, Victor, what is your contribution, Victor?
I want to know the transfer market about Manchester United, if about that Nazari and Matthew Delight.
They are still making moves. They are trying to get Ugarte from PSG, but I think they are considering a low move now before they make the obligation to buy next season. But even Delete, they are trying to talk to Delete because Euro is injured. He's injured for 3 months now, so they are trying to get Delete too.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. So he's still waiting. He's still waiting. Remember, guys, you can still call 0706 048 5853. Tell us what you think your club should be doing and all the transfers we are talking about. Okay, John, you were saying about Carragher.
Yeah, like for me, I think Carragher should just go to Atletico Madrid. Clearly, he should just go to Atletico Madrid.
Because Conte like that kind of players that can work horses.
Simeone loves guys like that.
Sorry,
so
Simeone.
So you should go there. I think you should go there. But then again, let's not forget that English players are really sluggish in going overseas.
Come on now.
Only Trippier.
Come on now.
Only Trippier. Only Trippier.
Don't say only Trippier. Player of the season.
You also have Kane at Bayern. You now have what's his name? Davies as well. They are really reluctant to go out. For real.
I agree with you in the reluctancy area, but come on. Mason Greenwood went to Getafe and he was the player of the season.
It was condition.
Calm down now. Calm down. Even the condition.
Now
condition make a fish bend. Player of the season, Getafe. Jude Bellingham, English player of the season, La Liga.
He wanted best in football.
That's
why he left.
Karen Trippier, player
at
of
a young age.
Karen Trippier, player of the season in his first season in the La Liga for Atletico Madrid.
And that's the only credible one.
And look at it now. Whenever they move, they take the first season, they show that they are better at what they do. They take the player of the season for their club or for the league at large. And you're telling me now, except for Karen Trippier, come on, there are other names.
Trippier was the only one
let's go back in time. The former Liverpool player.
Sorry, I just want to make one point. There are 4 factors that have determined transfer moves from English players born and bred in England playing overseas. Number 1, if you're a young prospect and you feel like you're going to get playing time at Dortmund, you move. If you are an already established player like Kieran Trippier, who you've been around the Premier League and you want to go experience something
Now the same
different,
condition.
you move.
Now the same condition.
Number 3, if you are not getting playing time in your squad and the only option that is coming for you is Europe, you move. The 4th one, if you are getting a big pay cut or a Real Madrid or a Barcelona, you move.
So
Other
wait,
than this,
are you
there
telling me
is
that? Are
no
you telling me
other
that?
driven
you know,
incentive for you to go overseas.
So wait,
and
you
play
leave
overseas.
all the way from where did you leave from? Trippier, all the way from Tottenham to and what's it called? Atletico. And you're telling me is a big move. Come on now. It's like the same
I said he is the only one that willingly
and Trippier was
moved.
having, when he moved, he was having issues with the fan. At some games they were booing him. You understand? He had a fallout with the club. That was why. See, no matter you put a condition, crayfish, na condition they make crayfish bend.
But then that's the thing.
Wait, now he had a fallout with the club, and he was looking for an option, and big clubs were not coming for him at the time. No other big clubs were coming for him, and he really said he would love to move to Germany. You understand? And no German club was coming for him at the time. So the only open space was Atletico, and he went there. And in his first season, he became the player of the season. The same condition we make crayfish bend. Greenwood went on loan. On loan. In his first
not
season.
The same thing as a transfer, though.
In one season, in his loan, on a loan spell, you're
not
becoming.
The same thing as a transfer, though.
How many players have you seen go on loan and become the team's player of the season? It's rare, but Greenwood shone that position. So
Greenwood is an outlier. Don't make Greenwood a benchmark. Greenwood is an outlier.
An English player
he went to a smaller team that do not have star player in that position, and he made that position his own. Let's not forget that.
Where did he get that? I'm not excusing you. Where did he get that to finish? Where did he get that to finish?
Let's not forget that.
Okay, guys, calm down.
Let's not forget that Greenwood was a top prospect in England, and Getafe jumped at the opportunity to get him. But he is an outlier because it was a right move. The team needed a player in that capacity. They also needed a star man, and he met all those bills. But let's not forget that Greenwood's moves was a loan move. It wasn't a transfer. Secondly, let's not forget that it was prompted by situation. It wasn't
condition.
Condition
will make crayfish bend. Now they tell all these things still points out to the fact that if Gallagher moves to Atletico, now star player ain't go be. For that team, now star player anytime, any day. See, let's look at the players that have left Atletico or that are going to leave Atletico in the nearest time. Koke might leave. Saul
left to
this is no, I'm saying left and will leave in the next season. Then you have Gimenez. Now this is a workhorse that could play a DM, CM. Though he's not creative, he could be a CM, he could be a DM for you. Now he's not too good as a DM. And Atletico Madrid are playing defensive counter attack. You need this kind of player. So what are you telling me now, that he will not come into the fold and become their star player in midfield?
Okay, let's see what happens with him. What's happened with him?
To argue of points.
I'm not arguing. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, if he goes there, he will become
the main bone of contention is that his reluctance to leave Chelsea at this point in time, not whether if he will be a star player or not.
If he go, he will be a star player. If he stays
at
Chelsea, at some point you need someone to replace Casido.
Okay, let's see what happens with him, because he's actually thinking. I think he's talking with Chelsea to understand where his own point, his own stand with Chelsea before he makes that decision. But Atletico is willing to wait. Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports, and we have some comments here. So I'm going to read in that comment. Omwe Ifefio is saying Chelsea doesn't appreciate Gallagher's talent. Hence, the disrespect. Why would you offer a 24-year-old a 2-year plus 1 contract?
It's crazy.
He should leave, please. So I think that's part of his problem. They're offering just 2 years contract with the option.
Let's not forget. This is one thing that we can talk about forever, which is we talk about clubs and we talk about the need to grow talents, local talents, and we also talk about clubs raising players that can play for them for a couple of seasons. This is a player that is a Chelsea product through and through, and the club, because of the disconnect and ownership, are doing what they are doing, which is farming out local talents for profits, while they are wasting money on exported and imported talent that have not measured up so far in the Premier League in the last 2 seasons. It is what it is, though.
Okay, let's see what happens with Chelsea and that. Nice comment, Phil. Nice comment, Phil. Because I think that he is looking at that Chelsea is not appreciating. For
Sure.
me, he should play somehow, but they spend a lot of players with Caicedo, Levy. They have a lot of
It's not
players.
his fault. It's not
They
his
spent a
fault.
lot of money on players, but let's see what happens with Chelsea. Okay, there's just a small rumor that Aston Villa is looking to sign Lukaku. I don't know how that true it is, but Lukaku is still focused on playing for Conte. He wants to stay in Italy, but Aston Villa needs a striker because they are still having this disagreement with that young boy,
Duran.
Duran. But they are looking to sign Aston Villa. If you are Lukaku, or do you think that he moving to Aston Villa, I think it's a good move because
For me,
Aston Villa need a top striker.
For me, I think he should. Lukaku is in a very precarious point in his career right now.
He's 31 now.
Yes, he's 31. He has maybe just 1 or 2 good moves before his Saudi Arabia or the MLS. So I think Lukaku should come back to the Premier League. Yes, I would love to see him play in the Premier League and
For Aston
do
Villa.
well for Aston Villa. Yes.
And they are playing Champions League too.
Yeah, he might just come back and nick something. Maybe
Go to Italy. Play for a team that we go into big stages of the Champions
which
League.
big stages?
Did they qualify for the Champions League?
If they don't qualify this year, they'll qualify next year, and that's what Kante will do. Maybe at least if he continues with this hype around
And
him.
how many
he
seasons
might
will he
win.
have before Conte wants a younger, more fleet-footed
How many
striker?
times have Conte always wanted a younger, more fleet-footed
You
striker?
never can tell.
See, every coach goes for what suits their style of play. This is where you get it wrong. Every coach looks for what suits their style of play. Conte plays a 3 at the back, hold up striker. So which means a Giroud will be a fantastic signing for Conte. And a Lukaku who can bully off or shed off defenders would be one of the best signing for Conte, because what? He would hold up play and wait for other runners to drop while he distributes the pass. You get? And Antonio would be one of the best signing of West Ham for Conte, because these are hold up strikers. They're not there to score you 50, 70 goals. They're there to make sure the defenders are bullied while they get their goals. They make sure other people score their goals. He's not looking for a build-up striker like Harry Kane. Kante has never played a build-up striker. Look at his play from Juventus all the way to Chelsea. He's never played a build-up. His strikers don't leave the box 18. His strikers don't leave the defense line. They're always bullying defenders and giving the passes to the next wingers running at them. So I think that was what Conte wants to do, and that's why Osimhen might not work in his area of tactics. But it doesn't take away the fact that Unai Emery does not play a build-up player style, and which Lukaku will struggle in that team because he's lacked.
Why would he struggle?
Because he's
You are
lacked.
talking about a point man that can sit up front and bury chances created for him. Less work
How many
rate,
chances?
less
How many
workload,
chances? How many
more
chances did he bury for
opportunities.
Chelsea?
If you're asking me,
How many chances did he bury for Chelsea after he stopped playing a combined striking force with Lautaro Martinez? How many chances did he bury after? At some point, they started putting Lautaro Martinez on the bench
that's
to
what
start him.
I'm
How
saying.
many chances
You
did
are
he bury?
going to play a striking partnership with
Lukaku-
Oli Watkins.
Lukaku is
Simple.
not clinical
A basic
enough.
4-4-2 attacking formation, and you have the option there.
How many coaches give you a basic 4-4-2 this period? Lautaro Martinez was
They
playing
play that
from
simple.
the midfield. When he was there, he was playing as the behind the striker, supporting striker or attacking midfielder. See, I'm just saying this because I know what a player can give you on the pitch.
Okay.
Lukaku, see,
You are saying that he should just go to Italy.
go
He
to
should
Italy
leave
where you will
Aston
have
Villa.
support from the fan base than Aston Villa. See, Aston Villa.
You're just sounding like a broken record for me this morning. Like, what do you mean support from? Is it support from the fan base that's going to fill your pockets? Is it support from the fan base that's going to put money, your trophies in your trophy cabinet? Is it support from the fan base?
So wait.
Is
Napoli,
it support from the fan
when
base
last-
that is
when-
going to?
okay, since
that is
you
going
want-
to. What are we
Now,
talking about? here for crying out loud?
who is sounding more like a broken record? Because you're talking about trophies now. When last did Aston Villa go to the finals of any competition?
Bro, they're in the Champions League.
They are in the Champions League. Napoli is playing the Serie A,
Napoli has
you know,
a
in the
below
last
average shot of
wait
winning the
now.
Scudetto.
We agree.
Below average shot.
We agree.
In the next 2-3 years, it's not happening.
We agree. In the last 10 years, how many trophy finals has Aston Villa gone to, and how many has Napoli gone to? In the last 10 years, even in the next 10 years, we'll still lose the record. In the next 10 years, what's the possibility of Aston Villa getting into a
Greater
final?
possibilities with Emery. Greater possibilities. This, let's not forget, in the
Like-
last 10 years,
Like the conference
Emery
league
has
goal now.
won a couple of trophies back to back.
And he lost against
And that is the title contender that we are backing at Aston Villa to go ahead and get in some trophies. So Aston Villa is going to be a fantastic option for any team this summer. It's now Lukaku's choice to go and cry in Italy or move over to the Premier League. Simple and short.
Okay,
let's see how it goes. And destination will decide.
Let's see how it goes. Okay, guys, we are going to go on a short break because my guys is hitting up. My guys is I don't broken record and record broken. I don't know which one is happening, but something is broken. I don't know. But we'll go on a short break. When we'll come back, we'll talk about other transfers happening with other clubs.
Hello, Enugu. Have you heard? Volt 104.3 FM is granting small businesses in Enugu a chance to be heard and to be known. Let us help you advertise your business for as low as 2,500 naira per spot. And if you pay 50,000 naira for 20 spots, we will give you 10 spots for free. For more inquiries, visit Volt 104.3 FM at 64 Ozobolo Street by ESBS Junction, Enugu, or call our marketers on 0815 628 5384 or 0816 215 5195.
Volt 104.3 FM.
Okay, guys, welcome back to the show. Remember, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments here live in the studio. Or you can also call us and join the conversation with us in the studio. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please.
Is James from Albany Road.
Okay, James from Albany Road. What's your contribution, James?
Please, I want to ask, have Barca bought any players? Have Barca made any signing this season?
No, but they have reached agreement with Danny Olmo, but they are still talking with his club for an agreement.
Wow. What of a defender? Are they going for any defender?
For now, they are not actually going to sign a defender for now, but probably before the transfer window closes, they might sign one.
Okay.
All right. Okay, guys, let's continue. Remember, guys, you can join the conversation with us. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. We are also live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. You can drop your comments there and we'll read it here live in the studio. Okay, guys, let's move to sports because sports is trying to buy from Bournemouth. They're exploring strikers. If you notice that they are looking for strikers this season, they have actually looking at Tony. They are looking at Solanke now. What do you make of that? Let's take this call before we go into that. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please.
Chelsea man.
Oh, Chelsea
man from Garage.
Okay, what is your contribution?
My brother, my contribution is I don't know how our team just looking for the Lukaku and the Osimhen. How are they going now?
Okay, now everything is on hold. They are still talking with Napoli to find an agreement because they know the agreement. They don't find agreement since yesterday. They see they find agreement, so they are still looking for a solution for everybody now.
Okay, how about Carragher? Are you going to approach him?
Yes, he's waiting. Let's go one buy him. I think one buy him, but Carragher see the wait, make him finish to talk with Chelsea before you go make decision to where you go.
Okay. How about the Balaga? That's our goalkeeper.
When he comes back on holidays, they will find a solution for him too.
I think they don't come back. I think they would.
He's with them, but they are still looking for a better solution for him. But he's not playing anything for Chelsea now, but they are looking for a solution for him.
But I know they say I think the Balaga the Sanchez. Another one. The one goalkeeper.
Yes.
And the other guy we keep for we last.
Yeah, Petrovic. Yes. I don't know. I don't know. They are looking at. They have to make a decision. One of them might go because you can't have three first team goalkeepers in your team. Most times you don't have. So it's only two. So they have to decide who will go. Either Petrovic or Sanchez will go.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Mm. So okay, guys, let's continue. Spurs are trying to buy Solanka from Dortmund. They talk with Tony, but I don't think that was moving in the right direction. Now they are looking for this guy. He scored about 20 goals or 24 goals, about 20 goals Premier League last season. He played well for Dortmund, but Spurs needs a striker. And do you now think that is a striker that can fit in this Spurs team?
For me, I would prefer Tony to Solanke any day, anytime. It is what it is.
Yeah, but they are now talking with him. They are also interested in Neto from Wolves. He is trying to build gradually also.
Wolf has sent a clear message. That was what I want to put my mouth on. Wolverhampton has sent a clear message to anybody that is going to sign him. 70 million or nothing.
Okay, let's take this call from our analyst. Good morning, Bowie.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I've been listening to off and on banter from John, and so obviously, so woke up from another side of his bed this morning. But I'll tell you, English players are beginning to learn to go outside England to play, and they are playing very well, unlike before. And they've been doing very well. So I agree with on the other side of the likes of the Atletico Madrid guy that went and came back to Newcastle that have done very well. Okay, Gallagher certainly, if he goes to Atletico Madrid, is a starter and he will play very well. He's the kind of player that Diego Simeone likes and wants to play. But the issue now is very simple. Chelsea might want to get more money because he just has 1 year left on his contract. Gallagher might decide to say, okay, if you're not letting me go with what I want, I'll wait. Once it is December and January, I can discuss with Atletico Madrid and decide to move on a free and make all the money I need to make and collect the home money. So it is still Chelsea's to lose because, don't forget, because of FFP, Gallagher is an homegrown player. Every money sold with Gallagher is Chelsea's gain, and they will balance their books very because it's an academy graduate. Over the years, Chelsea has been doing very well in exporting their academy graduates from Loftus-Cheek to Tammy Abraham to Gallagher. Now, every one of them is pure profit. So it will be a win-win for everybody to let him go now, make some money, balance your books and all. For Kepa, I think it's time to leave because they've already gotten his other goalkeeper. The major issue now in the market is our boy Osimhen.
Yes.
It is still the same thing. Balance the books for everybody to go. Napoli does not want Osimhen. Chelsea needs a striker to come and lead the lines so that Jackson can become the second striker. And Conte needs Lukaku. So find the basic line where everything is to work out. You cannot have eat your cake and have it like they say. You want to buy Osimhen, but you want to buy him cheap. And you want to give them a Lukaku on a what? So do an exchange and add a little money because you cannot argue with the fact that Osimhen now, his price is bigger and higher than that of Lukaku any day, anytime. Then you are giving out a 31-year-old striker and you are getting a 25-year-old striker also. It is a win-win for Chelsea. So I don't know why they are delaying in this matter until somebody else will come and take the guy up and they move on.
What do you make of that PSG? He moving to PSG.
It would have been the best thing for Osimhen to move to PSG, but Napoli are not really willing to reduce their asking price. Like Noso was saying, suddenly now after last 2 seasons, clubs are refused to pay a whole lot of money for a lot of players, and there's no player for you to say let us exchange with. There's no player to say we are giving you from PSG and take money and give us Osimhen. Going to France would have been the best for Osimhen because he will win the league and he will be constantly playing in Champions League. We are not sure Chelsea will win the league. We are not sure Chelsea will make it to top 4 to make it in Champions League. So, but the way it stands now, PSG is looking at the pull that completely. And Chelsea is looking like the only way to get it done. I still feel because we have 29 days to go in the transfer market, it may still work. Otherwise, if Osimhen does not leave Napoli now, it will be a very disastrous thing for him. That's why I also love kudos to Iheanacho for leaving Leicester City, free agent, 2 years contract for Sevilla, chopping all the money he can chop, senior master. So it's a beautiful one. But I wonder why nobody's talking about Arsenal. There's a deception that Arteta is beginning to have. The last game against what did they play? Liverpool. Alves is back and he's scoring a goal. So you begin to think because Alves is scoring every match now, Havertz is the main striker. Arsenal is a striker. You know, you have let Nketiah go. Gabriel Jesus was useless in preseason, especially the last match against Liverpool. He didn't play very well. You don't have a number 9. Arsenal fans are not calling in to tell us who they want their man to sign because there's no striker in the market anymore if you are not careful. Unless the Gyökeres guy that is not even tested and trusted, but Sporting Lisbon is not going to go more than 60 million, and Arsenal might not be able to pay unless they want to gather the money for Smith Rowe and what are they calling that boy? Nketiah to buy one striker, which it might not work because Smith Rowe's money is going to buy the guy from Spain.
Yeah, Moreno.
Mikel Moreno. So they need more money to buy, a striker. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, so good. I think teams that did their business earlier in the transfer market, like Manchester United, are already trying to put their teams together. Arsenal, Chelsea are still looking confused.
Even Liverpool
don't seem like they're signing anybody. Liverpool don't look like they're signing anybody because what they played against Arsenal with their teams that they have, with the other guys that are coming back from holidays, they're looking very good. They played a very good game against Arsenal that day. So we don't know if Liverpool want to sign any player. We're not talking about them yet. They don't have money. They want to sign. But the main guys who are pushing for the league or those who are trying to come back into reckoning are not doing the best they can do now. So we can really tell. Thank you guys. Amazing show so far.
All right, thank you, Bowie. Bowie is our senior analyst. He is calling in to tell us what you think about all these transfers. Okay, guys, let's continue with Spurs because Tottenham they are making this move. Do you think that Solanke is a good striker, or they should wait for Tony? Because we have a comment here on our YouTube channel. Amechi is saying, I prefer Tony too. So he's saying he prefers Tony. Okay, Amechi, we are going to sort out the next thing you asked us to do. We are going to do that today. Okay. So what do you think, Tony or Solanke? If you are Spurs, who should it be? For me,
age difference, Solanke. Performance, Tony. Strength, Solanke. Speed, Solanke. Intelligence, Tony. So you see that when you put the comparison side by side, this one is taking like 60%, this one is taking like 40%. But you see, ask yourself, what do you play like? Before I said this, I've said this earlier in this show, that a coach knows the image in his head. And you saw the Tottenham Hotspur side where the last defender is playing in the halfway line, even when they were losing against Chelsea.
They were down with they had 2 red cards, right?
They had 2 red cards and they were still playing halfway across the pitch. The goalkeeper was playing in the middle. Let the goalkeeper be playing DM, and that's why you need a goalkeeper that can play with his feet, his both feet at that. Now, if the last defender is playing in the midfield line and you have 2 red cards, I think you should be playing a low block team. To play a low block, but yet they were still playing a high press, high intensity game, which means the coach will want someone to play in that regard. And if you're looking for someone to play in that intensity, Sri Lanka you should go for. Okay. But if you want someone to get you goals, you're playing a build-up play, you need someone to give you positioning. You want someone with a positional awareness, passing accuracy, clinicality. I think Tony is the option. But you want high press, gang press. According to Ralph Ragnick, they call it gang pressing and your club. You want your strikers to be in the faces of your position's defense 2-4-7. Sri Lanka is your best option. So it depends on what the coach wants. So I won't say this person is better than this person. These 2 players are fantastic players from their record last season. But from the records before last season, I would always go for Tony.
Simple.
You get? But for the records last season, the both of them fit into the Tottenham side.
Okay. Let's see what Spurs. They need a striker because if you look at that team, that is actually missing. Kane left.
Yeah, they are missing Kane. Yeah.
Kulusevski won't score you goals. Even for Juventus, how many goals he score?
Okay, one more comment from Amechi on our YouTube. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Amechi is also saying Tony is the best. Tony is the best in everything.
No. Come on, compare their pace, man.
Come on. He said Tony is the best in anything. High press and hold up play. Both high press and hold up play. That Tony is best. So let's see what Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur are going to be doing to get a striker. Eda Solanke. Solanke scored a whole lot of goals last season.
Just last season. If you look at the last 2 seasons, he didn't score up to 10 combined. So. Okay, now before we move away from England to Spain, Crystal Palace have signed Ismail Assar from Olympique Marseille. You understand? They are trying to buy Nketiah, so that they sold back Ismail Assar back to Crystal Palace. Is going to be, let's see how he's going to play, because if you look at how Crystal Palace played at the last 6 months of the season, they play one of the most beautiful footballs we ever seen. At some point they trashed Manchester United 4-0. That game was massive.
So let's see. They are bringing Ismail Assar from Olympic Marseille. Let's see how it goes. But a bit of sad news in England because Craig Shakespeare, the former Leicester City
boss, yeah.
boss, has died. He passed away at the age of 60. Rest in peace. I hope the family of his family and England in general, condolence to them and all. Sorry about your loss. Okay, let's move over to Spain because it's happening with Spain. Barcelona have agreed with Olmo. Boe said something like that. Some of I think also said something like that too. They have agreed that deal with Olmo, but
55 million.
Yeah, 55 million. But they are still talking with his club for get an agreement. But you think that they can wrestle that league? The players they are buying, because Hansi Flick said that he wants to build the same thing. That's what he said in last press conference. He wants to build the same thing Pep is building at City or has built at City. So do you think that this move they are making, you guys are laughing already, do you think that this move they are making, they are going to be challenging Real Madrid? Okay,
let's get his opinion.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yes, my name. I hope I'm getting Vote FM, but
yes, Vote FM.
Yes, I really love Liverpool Sports. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I want to find out if we should give me update on Chelsea for striker. That's transfer for striker.
Okay.
When Osimhen will still come back to Chelsea, come to Chelsea.
We just talked about it. We just talked about it now, but everywhere is quiet. Osimhen is trying to find agreement with Napoli. They are now talking. Let's see what will happen in the weekend. I think they'll sort it out in the weekend. Before Monday, we'll have an update.
Okay. Because we need Osimhen. Because I won't die there.
I need the Man City and Arsenal.
I need the Man City, Man City, Arsenal, and the Liverpool. I need the head.
Okay.
This season, Chelsea are going to carry the league. Thank
you. I love your faith, man.
Okay, so Chelsea will carry the league. Let's see what will happen with Chelsea. If they get Osimhen, they have a chance. I think so. Okay, we are still talking about Barcelona. Do you think Hans Flick is saying that he wants to build what Pep built at City? Do you think that all the signs they are making, do you think they can wrestle that from Madrid? Because Ancelotti came out to say that their transfer window is closed. They are not getting any other player, but they have a perfect squad. That's how he put it. They have a perfect squad. Alaba is back from injury. Other players are back from loan, so he's not buying the game. But Hans Flick saying that he wants to be like Pep. Do you think that both teams now, who do you think that will, because this league, I think this particular La Liga is going to be massive. Do you think that bringing in Olmo, they can start competing with Real Madrid?
I disagree. Barcelona should just get used to the fact that they are playing second fiddle until their financial troubles are behind them. Because if you look at it now, even if you bring in, unless you tell me you're bringing in a Nico Williams, and they are bringing in.
They are actually cool down that. Nobody's talking about that.
Nobody's talking about it again. That's the thing, you know.
If you want to bring in Nico Williams, you have to give him a shout at the first team football, which is something. When they raise that matter in transfer talks, clubs begin to evade those questions. Now, after you not agree the deal, it will not look like it's financially motivated. You understand? So he wants to get in the conversation, but they are not giving him the line. And see, in short, if I've been Nico Williams, so if I want to stay for Spain, I've said it before, stay in where you are. The Faka fan base know the PT person after 2 years. And Sufati was once upon a time the greatest big team. Look at where he is now. Faka fan base crucified him after some time.
Before we continue with your opinion. Hello, good morning. Name and location, please.
Bishop from Translation.
Okay, Bishop, what is your contribution, Bishop?
I want to talk about my team and McTominay.
Okay.
I don't know why Tengang is sitting on letting Tomini go. I don't think it's right. One, if United is trying to build a quality team, both in the pitch and the bench, Tomini is not a bad player to be at the bench.
Okay.
Tomini has done a lot. That's the way, even if you have better ones on the pitch before him. Tomini is not a bad player to be on Man U bench. Sometimes you need the qualities to be on the bench. You want to let Tomini go. What has Mount done? I question the sign of Mount. What is he coming to Mount at Old Trafford? I know he's not going to play. I know before now. Those who know me and the way I talk about football know that I wasn't for one day support the sign of Mount. I know this thing will happen. No, you can come out and defend Mount, telling me that he's largely injured last season. I will understand you. But what is the guarantee that it's not going to be the repeat same thing this season? And what is the guarantee? This time I've watched him play. He has not impressed me. I have watched Mount in Chelsea and the other clubs. For me, Mount is not that player for me. I know he's looking for a player like Bruno player that when Bruno did not play, he will play. I know that's what he's looking for. But Mount can't do it. In fact, Bruno has over-pampered us. You get me? What Bruno has shown to us is like what we see when Rooney is there. Like that Bruno now, Manu is not in that particular position Bruno is playing. Nobody can come close to it at United. No. Whenever we hear that Bruno is not going to play, I'll be like, come on, what is going to happen to you? And they want Mount to do that. Mount can't fit into that shoe. Yes, you can tell me that McTominay and Mount is not playing at the same place. Fine. But I will never support the idea of putting Tommy in goal. Even if you think that Tommy is not good enough to start making you on the team. Tommy has proved himself favorably at United. Coming off the bench to win some matches. Coming off the bench to do some certain things. But Mount, zero. Instead of letting Tommy go, let Mount go. If you want to bring on a player to think that will be like Bruno, look for a better one. Or if you want to beat a boss midfielder or a defensive midfielder, go for that one. But leave McTominay to stay on the bench, even if you cannot start him. That's my point.
Okay.
If Man U feel mistake and let McTominay go and leave Mount, honestly, they are going to regret it.
I don't think they will let. They bought man almost 16 million, so
It's 50 and
so I don't think they are going to let Mount go.
My brother is a wrong signing.
I agree with you.
Signing Mount is a wrong signing. You will still see that season has gone. This season will still go, and we'll be looking for Mount. We are waiting for him to prove himself. We will still be waiting until we are a day go Kailea.
All right.
So that is my point.
All right, thank you for your contribution. Okay, he doesn't want Tommy to go, McTominay to leave his team. He prefers that man should leave, but let's see what happens. If you look at it, he saved Man U a whole lot last season. If I been saving Man U sometimes when Man U are out of form, somehow he comes in and just.
I know he almost was surprised the way he almost left in the summer.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, Roland, what is your contribution, Roland?
Okay, please, the caller, the second to last caller now.
Okay.
That about Chelsea and all this. I want to let you know that the tree cannot make a forest. If Chelsea will get to Osimhen and put the Osimhen is a fighter, but Osimhen cannot give you Champions League. Osimhen cannot give you the league or cannot take you to heaven. Chelsea need to do other signing to back him up.
Okay.
Understand? The other way, I want to find out what's happening with Arsenal. Have they done any signing? Has anything come from their table, or they are still waiting to do what we did last season? And the end of the season, they start going down.
No, they signed Cagliari from Italy now. He's joined them in their tour in the US, but they are going to sell Smith Rowe and Nketiah, and they are talking with Mikel Moreno from Spain. Okay. So they are making moves too. It's only Liverpool actually that's not making any move.
Okay. Let him get a bit. It's a good move for them anyway. It's better to let him go, take the money and get somebody better.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you guys for the contributions. Okay, we are talking about Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yes. Flick. Now, see what I have to say is, he wants to build. Fine. Build, but don't tell me you're building like City. City use 2 years. City take 2 years to build. Barca fans don't have 2 years patience to wait for Real Madrid to win back to back La Liga. So if you want to build like Man City, you need 3 years to get your hands on your first trophy, which City did. Now, if the Barca fans are not that patient, why would you now go on to tell them you want to build and they will now be patient for you? They've gone almost a year. They've gone a year without a trophy. So you want them to go almost 2 more years. That's 3 years without their hands on the trophy. Barca fans are not that patient. They might go maybe 2 years without a trophy, and after that they come out guns blazing, hands swinging and all of that. But I feel Hansi Flick wants to build what City has. He wants to build what he had at Bayern Munich, but it's going to take him a whole lot of time, and it's not good enough.
Okay, guys. Let's see what Barcelona and Real Madrid is going to be doing next season. Okay, guys, let's move over to Olympics. The quarterfinals are starting today. Morocco, our Nigerian brothers, Morocco, they are going to play in the USA by 2 o'clock. Japan versus Spain, 4 o'clock. Egypt, another African, sorry, I said Nigerian brothers before. Another African brothers. Egypt is going to play in Paraguay by 6 o'clock. Then France will play in Argentina, big one, 8 o'clock. Let's get your predictions, guys, on that game. What do you make of Morocco versus USA, John?
You they look me, they call your name now.
If you don't support our African brothers, we have problem with you this morning. Please give me your prediction.
USA all the way.
Let me person make ready go win. Now who prepare? Though I see the Moroccans are beginning to build this is what they call proper investment in football.
Yeah.
And
Please, your prediction, please.
my prediction is just USA.
After all this hype, you give
Let
it to
them
USA.
continue to build.
Okay, Japan versus Spain. Your prediction, and also.
Japan versus Spain.
Yes.
Oh, man, it's tough, man, but Spain all the way.
Okay, Egypt versus Paraguay. Give it to Egypt. I'll give it to Egypt. So France versus Argentina, the big one.
Argentina.
Thierry Henry versus Mascherano.
Okay, let's take this call. Final call. Hello, good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, what's your contribution?
So please, I didn't turn off my radio on time. Please, I want to know any update of money transfer.
Okay, not yet, but they are still talking with Ugati. Euro is injured now for 3 months, but they are trying to speed up delete transfer.
Okay.
All right.
So thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's move over to okay, he's out. Okay, let's move over to the prediction. Okay, the final prediction: Argentina versus Spain.
Argentina.
Not so Argentina
So
versus
it
Spain.
said France versus
Sorry,
Argentina.
France versus Argentina.
Mascherano versus Thierry Henry. It's tough, man.
Just make a prediction.
I fold.
What are you folding for?
I fold. When
It's
the
really
poker,
tough, you
when
know,
the
when you
poker room now,
consider them.
when you consider the two talents, the two coaches in place, you say, man, you can't just make predictions on who is going to win. But we know one of them might come up top. We'd come up top, but man, I just can't break my heart now and vote against Mascherano. He was one of the best midfielders I've seen, and I can't predict against Thierry Henry. These are top talents. Why they played, and they are also top talents as coach. So I fold.
Okay, let's see what happens where in that game, the quarterfinals I'll be playing today. Okay, let's give you a little bit update about basketball because our Nigerian Tigers played yesterday. They lost to France 75-54 in the first quarter. France beat them in the first quarter 24-20. Second quarter 14-11. France won that quarter. Then the third quarter is where they trashed them 16-8. Then the fourth quarter is 21-15. Nigeria is still second in that group. If they play better or they lose slightly bit, they will qualify for the knockout stage, even if as a runner-up of that competition. But kudos to our Tigers team. They are making us proud in this tournament. In another Olympics game today, by 6, the women discus throw qualifying. Aisha is going to be representing Nigeria in athletics. 4x400 relay mixed round 1. Nigeria is going to be running by 6:10, and then by 7 men's shot put qualification. Chukwuebuka is going to be presenting us in that particular competition. Then the women discus throw qualification. Two of our Nigerian, Chioma and Pamela Amechi, is going to be representing us in that competition. Then generally, the medal table, China is leading by 11 gold, 7 silver, and 6 bronze. USA is second, 9 gold, 15 silver, and 13 bronze. France is third with 8 gold, 11 silver, and 8 bronze medal. The only team that our African brothers, South Africa has is in 18th. They have 1 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronze medal. That's the Olympic table for the Olympics. We are going to be giving you updates on what is happening in the Olympics and what our Nigerian brothers and sisters are doing and performing in the Olympics. Okay, guys, this is how we're going to end today's show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for all the comments on our YouTube channel. Remember, we are live every day on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We are live every day on Volt FM, so you can go there. Please like our comments. We have so many content there, content in our YouTube channel. Please watch, like, and share our content. Thank you guys for all your contribution. My name is Godwin. I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow. Up next is news at 9. Bye, and see you tomorrow.
Welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage.
Sports. Alex Iwobi gets the ball out to the left-hand side. The delivery comes in.
Entertainment.
news and politics,
Enugu State Governor has accepted the electricity bill.
gospel,
And let them have dominion. The kingdom of God is within people.
Odinibo,
Daalụnụ ndị be anyị ekele m unu Igbo ndị ọma njem ọnụ unu a na-emekwa ọfụma.
Awesome programs exclusively on
Vote 104.3 FM.